Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, and the next part of this is going to be our business training. So I am going to share some screens because it's really hard to talk about the compensation plan without a visual. I'm such a visual learner in general. And so let me share my screen here. And I'm just going to share my full screen so I can switch between different. Can you guys all see this? Give me a nod.
Yes. Wear a mask.
Okay.
Just kidding.
No.
Uh-oh, somebody's unmuted. If you guys will just mute yourself, unless you want to have a question. Okay, so everybody can see this compensation plan, right? Oh, okay. Everybody can see the compensation plan. Okay, so this is obviously when we purchase things retail, when we sell retail or somebody comes to our website and purchases retail from us, we're going to earn a profit of 25%. Now, I really don't ever use this segment, but if this is something that you want to use to get people started, this is absolutely something that you can use. And I always recommend charging people retail only so when you're having those conversations, when they ask again, that you can gear them towards the benefits of a wholesale account. And it makes sense for them to have a wholesale account at that point if you haven't just been giving it to them for wholesale. You know, it's harder to make that transition if you have. So the second part of our bonus structure is paid every single week, and these are called fast starts. Now, one thing that is really important, and as you bring on new builders, it's really important that people understand that in order for you to get paid, any of these additional things that we talk about outside of retail is that you've got to have your loyalty rewards template at 100 PV minimally all the time. So even if you're editing your template, you need to make sure before you save changes and exit out, even if you're not finished, that your total shows 100 PV. Because these are paid every single week, if your template is under 100 PV and a fast start commissions run, then you will not receive a payout for that week for anything that should have been paid to you in fast starts. So not only do you have to process 100 PV loyalty rewards order each month, you also need to keep your template at 100 PV in order to receive all the commissions that you're entitled to. So that's an easy thing to miss when you're just starting. And so as you're looking at yours, and as you're even have limited time offer items that you process, those things always fall off immediately. And so you've got to go back to your template and make sure you have 100 PV on there so you don't miss anything. So make sure you know that and you educate your teams on that. So when I enroll someone, okay, and I am the enroller of that individual, of a brand new person that's getting a wholesale account, I am going to make 20% off the PV amount that is purchased through this new account. And that is paid out to me for the first 60 days that this individual has their account. So if I enroll Linda, anything that Linda purchases through her wholesale account for the first 60 days, I'm going to make 20% back on, okay? Now, let's say my upline, Stacy, she is going to earn 10% off anything Linda purchases the first 60 days she has her account. And then Elise, who enrolled her, is going to earn 5%. So this is paid 3 levels of enrollership up. So what's cool about this bonus is as you're enrolling people, you're earning. And as you work with new leaders, then you're helping them enroll people, you're earning. And even as you help their new people develop, you're still earning. And so this is an amazing bonus that allows people to get cash in their pocket the very first week they have an account. Most people's goals when they come in and what makes them feel better is to recoup any cost that has been purchased by them, right? Like if you bought a Natural Solutions kit, you want to make up that $550, right? Through earnings. And that just helps you to feel better. People getting these checks is so important. And that's why when people are ready to launch their business, I want them to have a very good experience earning in their first 90 days that they're building. And so this is the key way for them to earn, is to make sure that they have enough people they're talking to and sampling and showing up to classes and one-on-ones, and you're helping them get those enrollments in the beginning until they can do that themselves. So I work really closely with people for the first 90 days, especially as they're learning these skill sets, because I want them by the end of 90 days to be earning about $500 a month. And that's usually my goal with people. So the second way that we're paid is paid out every month on commissions run on the 15th, between the 13th and the 17th of the month. So every month you're going to get paid this Power of 3 commission. So what doTERRA does is they pay you to actually structure your business in a certain way where you see you are the green person, you're processing your 100 PV loyalty rewards order every single month, and then you find 3 people underneath you, right, that are committed to that 100 PV every single month. And between the total of you and everything that's under your first level, that little pod, and I'm going to show you a different breakdown of it, when that totals 600, you're going to get a $50 bonus every single month that that structure is in place. And so let me show you another visual of this, because it's not always just as clean as having 3 people and then 3 people. A lot of times we have more than 3 people under us, and that's helpful because it adds in a buffer of volume to make sure you can reach that volume of 600 in a qualified team. So see here, here's you, the green person. Underneath you, you've got a total of 5 people. 2 of those people are not running any loyalty rewards orders, but 3 of them have 100 PV, right? And so if the total between everything that's being ordered, let's say this person orders a little bit and this person orders a little bit, that goes towards your team volume of 600, but you have to have 3 people that have 100 PV loyalty rewards order that processes in order for this pod or this team to be qualified to get your $50 bonus. Now, these people right here on your first level, they can be wellness advocates or wholesale customers, right? So as a wholesale customer, let's say they're all 3 wholesale customers, okay? You can still earn your $50 bonus every month off of just customers that are processing 100 PV or more loyalty rewards orders. But it will inhibit you from building anything more than your $50 bonus, because wholesale customers cannot have anything placed underneath them. And in order for you to get to this $250 qualification each month, each of these 3 people need to be getting their $50 Power of 3, right? They need to build these qualified team pods underneath them. So let's say you have Linda here and Kristen here and Lydia here. Sorry, y'all are who I see, so we're using your names, okay? So if Linda and Kristen and Lydia all place their orders here, right, of 100 PV loyalty rewards order, then, and it totals 600, I'm gonna get my $50 bonus. And then I'm gonna help each of them build their pods. I'm gonna make sure they're wellness advocates now so they can start getting their $50 bonus. And I'm gonna help them enroll enough people, right, and get people on loyalty rewards to qualify them to each get their $50 bonus. And when that happens, I get $250 every month, and they each get $50 a month. So that's how you're gonna help people build qualified teams. Now, when you repeat that process again with these people here, right, with these oranges and yellows and greens, as they do that, right, then you're getting $1,500 a month through your structural bonus. Your team members here are getting their $250 bonus, and these people here are getting their $50 bonus. So what does that mean structurally, okay? This is why we try to teach everyone to put builders or sharers on your front level, right? Really, it should be builders on your front level, sharers on your second level, and customers on your third level. Because if you're placing people in that format, then you're going to be able to set yourself up to hit this $1,500 bonus every month. And that makes a significant difference in your income, right? If you're getting your $1,500 bonus every month and you're hitting the rank of silver, that's how you're going to get to that $2,200 a month that is residual, right, as a silver organization. And so, but you want to be smart in this, because you don't want to just, like my husband, okay, for example, when we started, I think this has 42 positions in it to qualify for your $1,500 bonus. He's like, just find 42 people to run a 100 PV loyalty rewards order. Now, why wouldn't that work? Because honestly, some of those people, maybe they decide not to do it. If they're not someone who's committed to doing the business at some level on my first and second levels, right? Whether they're a share or a builder, they're not going to feel as committed and obligated to run that 100 PV order every month, right? And so that can easily fall apart if you just did it that way. So ideally, that's why we talk so much about having business conversations with people and walking and finding people who want to get their oils paid for every month, even just starting there, right? Make a little extra cash every month and maybe supplement or replace their income eventually, right? But show them the power of what can be created by building a $250 bonus every month. People who get to this level usually never stop ordering, ever. So if you want to increase your retention and the amount of people who order through your organization, help people start by helping them build their $50 bonus. When they're getting that check, they're not going to walk away from that, right? They're going to keep ordering and they're going to be incentivized to do that. And teaching people this $50 power of three is a lot simpler, right? If everybody just learns how to get their $50, and then you teach these people how to get their $50, and then you teach their people how to get their $50 bonus, that's how you can get to a very solid $1,500 bonus every month. And that's a duplicatable process that's not quite as overwhelming. So one of the tools that I use regularly, like when I was first building this, my goal as a person was I needed to make $2,000 a month in order for me to be able to sustainably do this business and put time into it, right? I needed to get where I was consistently earning that much. And I knew that this was the key to doing that. And so I also knew I couldn't do it, right, without business partners. And so that's how I approached it. But every single month, y'all, every month, I was filling the sheet out. Every single month. I was looking at, let's see if you guys can see that better. Is that better? I was looking at, okay, what am I ordering? And what do I need my order to be to make sure that my $50 pod gets to 600? And then here, how am I helping these people create their $50 pod, right? Here, so that they can get their $50 bonus. And then I started filling in a lot of really loyal customers on my third level, who were people that love the product and tended, like, for the most part, they were ordering. They wanted that 125. They wanted the free product of the month every month. So those loyal customers, I was putting sometimes on my second level until I had some shares or builders there where I could put it on my third level. And so those are the things you want to think about as you're structuring people in your organization. But if you just randomly place people for volume, like let's say you're trying to hit silver, and so you have 3 legs, right, that are elite, and you're working towards that, or even you're working towards premier, so you're funneling everything under 2 places. Are you doing it in a way that's going to help you also to capture your power 3 bonus? And so many times people just aren't paying enough attention to the intricacies of their business and making their efforts of who they're working with and where they're placing people pay them the most. And so if we understand where people are in our organization, what their role is, what's the next step we can take with them to either help them create a wellness plan that, enables them to purchase enough each month, or if we're asking them if they want to get their oils paid for each month and working with their communities to enroll people and help them achieve that, that's how you're going to grow this power of 3. So if I were to prioritize my goals as I place people, number 1, I'm going to place people based on relationships, okay? Because that's how people grow best. If I have people that are best friends, I'm not going to, and they both are interested in the business, I'm not going to put them in separate places. If I have two people that run in the same circles of people, I'm not going to pull them apart from each other. I'm going to put them together. So I'm placing first for relationship. Secondarily, I'm looking at how is this going to help my rank? Where am I short on my rank? And then my third thought is, where can it help my power 3 or the individual I'm working with power 3 if I'm placing under someone? How can I help them achieve their power 3 bonus? So does that make sense? Does anybody have questions about this particular bonus? Because I know it can be confusing when you're first getting it.
There's a couple of questions in the chat.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if you're able to see them.
Thank you. Let me go to it right now. Thank you for telling me that. Let's see what y'all are saying here. I have to stop my share real quick. All right, let's look. Okay. Power 3 does not depend on enrollership. Very good. That's right. You can get your Power 3 bonus without holding enrollership of the individuals that are qualifying you for that bonus. If you're just starting out, do you move your loyal customers to the 3rd level once you achieve the 3rd level? So the problem is when we start, right, you only have 14 days to place people within your organization. And so all of us, every single one of us have more than 3 people on our front level. I think I have like 12 people that are there from when I first started. And there's nothing I can do about restructuring those people unless they were to upgrade to a wellness advocate and enroll someone with 100 PV. Then I would get an additional time period, an additional 14 days to move that person into a new place within my organization. So that's the reason I love to enroll people. If I was just starting out, okay, my first thing would be to approach people about doing the business with me. Even before I made a penny, that's what I was doing. Because without business partners, even if you have 1 business partner or 2 business partners, it changes your ability to build this business efficiently, okay? And I don't want you to not enroll anybody, right? Because sometimes people, like for me, I used oils for 6 months before I decided to do the business because I needed to know the product in and out. And so, make sure though, if there's someone you think would want to build, have those conversations with them. Get clarity on what you think they want to do so that you can make a decision on where to place them. But the better you can do at finding even 1 person that wants to commit to engaging in the business, the better it's going to be for your structure long term. And so that's got to be a part of your initial conversations, is having those business conversations and inviting people into the business. And if you have trouble with that, that's what 3-way calls are for. So make sure you get your upline on a call with this potential person so they can get a 3rd point of view. Okay. To move people, so in your sponsor changes, you'll see that under your team tab. You'll go to sponsor changes, and those are all the people listed there will be the people eligible for you to move. Now, if you have someone that's been in your organization and they have not ordered for 6 months, you can have them send an email to reactivate them into a new place within your organization. And so that's a great way to restructure people who haven't ordered in a long time. So you can have them send an email. You can still be their enroller, but you could sponsor them on your 2nd or 3rd level, and then they have to order within 48 hours after they move. So these are great people that have already said yes once. Maybe they just weren't sure how to use their products, or they didn't get enough education. And so you walk them through reusing things and then reactivating their account where they're placed in a new position. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, are we good? I know there's a lot to learn, but the thing that's important is when you use this worksheet to map things out and look at it within your organization, things start to make sense more, when you're paying attention. And there's actually a column that you can add in your detailed genealogy that says next PV LRP, right? So it shows you the PV amount of the next LRP that is set to run for people. And so if you have people that have like a 90 PV template, right, reach out to those people and see what else they can add on to get to 100. Okay, Jenny says, I've been reactivating old customers and offering samples as a thank you for sending the email to placements and trying to get them reinterested in oils. I love that. That's a great idea. So reactivation, eventually it's moving to where that's going to be able to happen online. But these templates, there's a ton of templates even in the Back to Basics. In the where's my manual? I have it right here. So in your building notebook, in the Back to Basics, it has templates there of what you say when you're trying to have someone reactivate. And usually I write the email for them. And I just say, hey, copy and paste this, send it to placements@doterra.com, and copy me on it so I know you sent it. So I actually just had a post go up in Diamonds in the Making where I outlined the exact verbiage, Bobby. So you can go back and look. Also, you can look in the workbook, but you can also look on the post that I put up about the reactivation verbiage. So what you would send in. Really good though. Great questions. Okay. So let's go back here. Now, the next part of our compensation plan outside of Power 3 is our unilevel earnings. So we're paid those higher percentages, the 20, 10, and 5 through Fast Starts on a person. So if I had enrolled Linda, everything she purchased within her account for the first 60 days, right? I would be earning those higher 20, 10, or 5% on, depending on if I enrolled her or if I had enrolled the person who enrolled her, okay? After Linda is outside of that 60-day window, I am now gonna earn a percentage off of her orders that she makes every month, depending on where she falls within my organization. So as orders are made throughout our team, they're paid up 7 levels. So if a purchase goes in down here, this person orders, right? I'm going to get paid there'll be 7% paid, and 6 and 6 and 5 and 3 and 5 and 3 and 2. Those percentages are going to be paid out 7 levels up. So that's why it's really important that we continue to teach people the wellness lifestyle, because in the long run, I remember when this was like $2 for me. This was my bonus. Every month I get like $2 in Unilevel. And I'm like, this is not growing very fast, right? So you may feel like that as you look at your check and this portion of your check, but now it is the largest part of my check by far, right? Because as your team grows and as you're teaching people to order, you're earning a percentage off what they order every single month. And the more people you have, the larger that bonus is going to get. And so that's why it's good. If you're just doing it by yourself, there's a limit to how big that can get. But if you're finding business partners whose efforts are going in, plus yours, this is going to grow and grow and grow. So I love, again, that we are paid a higher percentage where there are more people as we build our organization. And we're incentivized to place people lower in our structures, even our customers, because we actually make a higher percentage off what they order in those areas. And we're helping our leaders above us. So it's a win for everyone, which I think is pretty amazing. Okay, so I don't want to spend too much time on this because this is really something that takes time to build. One thing I will note is the reason we talk so much about the rank of silver in the company is you'll see silver, if you have a silver organization, you're able to capture all the layers and levels of payout within the unilevel, okay? Until you reach this rank, you don't capture any payouts for people on your 7th level. Let's say you were an elite and you had a really big organization under you, like one of your legs under there just took off and grew really big, and you were only an elite, you wouldn't get paid on any of the orders that were happening on level 6 or on level 7, okay? You would only get paid down through 5 levels of that order being paid out. So that's not very good. You don't want to miss out on some of these big things. So you're incentivized, the company is incentivizing you to keep growing your business, at least to silver, right? And maintaining that. So you can capture all these percentages all the way to 7 levels. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Now, this is the other tricky piece, and I love this piece because this is another part of the compensation plan that when I started, I knew that I could capture income within these pools faster than this was going to grow, right? Because this is just going to take time to get bigger. But I knew that I could have more control over rank advancing in the company and capturing some of these leadership pools. So I'm going to walk through this, and it is a little bit confusing. Okay, so just tell me if you feel lost. So the company takes 7.25% of the global earnings of the company, and they divide them into different pools, and different shares are distributed amongst top performers in the company. So what they've done is they have this leadership performance pool, and they take 2% of that 7%, right? So 2% of the global commissions of the company are paid out to silvers, golds, and platinums. Now, silvers get 1 share of this 2%, golds get 5 shares, and platinums get 10 shares. So let's say every share is usually around $150 to $200. So if you are a silver, if you hit the rank of silver, you're going to get an extra $150 to $200 every single month that you hit that, because you're going to get a piece of this leadership performance pool. When you hit gold, you're going to get 5 shares of this. So that takes your income, let's just say it's $200 per share to make the math easy. You, as a silver, you'd be getting an extra $200. As a gold, you'd be getting an extra $1,000. And as a platinum, you would get an extra $2,000 just for hitting that rank and getting a piece of this leadership performance pool. So the company incentivizes you to build your organization to hit these ranks. Now, they've been extremely generous in creating this empowerment pool. So the empowerment pool has just been added, and they haven't updated their slides yet, but the empowerment pool at leadership, it was announced that an additional 0.25% was going to go to this particular pool. So now this empowerment pool pays out 1.2% of the total global earnings of the company. And this is actually paid out to 3 different ranks, okay? So if you are a premier and you enroll, you hit the rank of premier, and you enroll at least 1 person with 100 PV enrollment, okay, in the month of May, let's say, when your payout comes, you will get to tap into this empowerment pool, and you will get 1 share of the empowerment pool. Now, the empowerment pool over the last year, the shares have been $220. That's a lot, okay? So as a premier, if you enrolled 1 person with 100 PV enrollment, you got to the rank of premier for that month, you would get an additional around $220 for that in your monthly payout, okay? Now, if you're a silver and you hit silver and you enroll 1 person with 100 PV enrollment order, sorry, I keep doing that. If you enroll someone with 100 PV order and you hit the rank of silver, not only are you going to get your leadership performance pool that's around $200, but you're also going to get around another $220 by getting this share in the empowerment pool. Now, you notice that this pool is dependent on you enrolling 1 new person a month, at least, with 100 PV order. So that's keeping people engaged in core building activities. Now, what the company has done is they've actually upped it to include golds within this pool payout. And golds are going to get 2 shares of this. So what that means is that if you're someone who hits gold, not only and you enroll at least one person with a 100 PV order, not only are you going to get 5 shares in this performance pool, which usually ends up being around $1,500 to $2,000, but you're going to get 2 shares of this empowerment pool. So you're going to get an extra $440 by hitting gold and enrolling someone with a 100 PV order. Do you see how that's changing your monthly income significantly to hit these and tap into these pools? And the cool thing is that the company is allowing that to happen from the time you hit Premier. That never existed, right, before. But now, even as a Premier, you're able to tap into how well the company does. So you want the company to win because that helps those shares come to you to stabilize and stay strong. Now, as a, so that's where this 2% is going, right, in these leadership pools. And then this empowerment pool is 1.25%. So a little bit higher than it shows here because of the new regulations. Okay, does that make sense to everyone? Just on this piece, because I'm about to add a layer of complexity, so I want to make sure you understand that. Okay, let me see. I see the chat's blowing up. Let's see what it says here. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to just answer this question really quick. Power 3 runs between the 13th and the 17th. So if I did not have the OB of 600, I did not get the $50 because I missed one person by 1 day. Yes. So you got it. So no, remember, that's for the whole month. So Power 3, you have the whole month to accumulate your Power 3, but it does get paid out the following month between the 13th and the 15th. So you got to make sure people didn't return that order. Okay. Oh, thank you, Linda, for answering that. Okay. All right, I'm going to keep this chat open. Okay, so I think everybody's clear on these pools. Now, here's an added layer before I get into the diamond pools. I want to stay focused on these pools. So within the silver, gold, and platinum realm here with this leadership pool, do you see how it has these extra shares down here, this 1+? You're like, what does that even mean? Okay, what this means is that if you are a silver and you hit silver for the first time, and at the same time, your 3 people under you, so let's say Jessica is hitting silver for the first time, and Linda and Kristen and Lydia all hit elite for the very first time. So in the month of May, I'm hitting silver for the first time, and each of my 3 leaders are hitting elite for the first time. I'm not going to get 1 share of this pool. I'm going to get 1 share, but then I'm going to get 3 additional shares because I have 3 brand new elites hitting that rank for the first time. So instead of getting 1 share, I'm going to get 4 shares of that. So I'm going to make an extra, $800 because it was the first time they had hit the rank of elite. So what does this do for us? As a gold, if I have anybody that I hold personal enrollership of that hits elite for the first time, I get an extra share from this pool. If I'm a platinum and I enrolled someone and I hold enrollership of that person and they hit elite for the first time, I get an extra share. So in all 3 of these ranks, anytime we are bringing on new builders and these builders that we hold enrollership of hit the rank of elite for the first time, we're going to get an extra share from this pool. So around an extra $150 to $200 for our new builders rank advancing. Now we have to hold enrollership of them, right? And it has to be the first time they hit that rank, and it's just a one-time payout, right? You only get it the first time they hit as long as you're hitting silver, gold, or platinum within that month. So does that make sense? So let's say I'm a silver and I've been a silver for a while, but I found a brand new leader and I hold enrollership of that leader and I'm helping them to get to the rank of elite. When that person hits elite and I still hold enrollership of them and I'm hitting silver in that month, I'm going to get an extra share from this bonus pool. So I'll get an extra $150 or $200 for, this brand new person I launched hitting elite. And that goes for every one of these leadership ranks, silver, gold, and platinum. Okay, before I move on, any questions there? So there's this leadership performance pool is dedicated to silvers, golds, and platinums. And it not only incentivizes you for hitting that rank, it also incentivizes you for developing new leaders within your team. The empowerment pool is available to premiers, silvers, and golds. And this is paid out based on you not only hitting that rank, but also enrolling one person minimally with 100 PV in that month. So that's how you tap into that percentage, 1.25%. Yeah, so as you have more people in the company hitting a rank, sometimes there'll be a fluctuation. So, the global commissions of the company each month are different, right? So what that pool looks like and how it pays out can vary from month to month. And as more people hit that rank, if the global commission, but you would feel like if more people are hitting the rank, then the global commission is typically increasing, right? Because people are bringing on more customers and there's more, increase in our overall volume, then those can vary every month. So, I know there's certain pools that fluctuate way more than others. I don't know what the pools have been recently in here. Are they around $150 right now? If somebody wants to put that in the chat, whatever these shares have been. Okay, so silver for April was $135. So April was a BOGO month, right? And so you usually have far more people a rank advancing. So the pools are usually a little bit less than normal in a BOGO month. Okay, just so you guys know that's normal because it's not a lot of new volume that's coming in. It's a lot of existing people ordering a little bit more. So great point. Love it. Yeah, but our unilevel, and I love that you said that, Lisa. So for me, even in my pool payouts, they were lower than normal because we had a lot more people hit Presidential Diamond that month. But my unilevel was way higher because I had a ton more people that were purchasing product. So it all kind of balances itself out. And I don't know if you guys have worked with people, but it's pretty cool to see that within our compensation plan, we have all these different ways that we're paid. And so when we're tapping into each of the ways we're paid, it is going to help our checks increase and stay balanced, right? Because as one is lower, another one's typically higher. So it keeps your check pretty much hitting a similar number. And that's why I love the Power of 3 bonus so much, because that does not change, right? That is like a flat rate payout that you can kind of guarantee as you're building your organization that way. So, so one of the things that you can do, if you just type into Google doTERRA 2020 compensation plan, this will come up and you'll be able to see all of this. There's also amazing write-ups here. So in doTERRA, under doTERRA.com, as you log into your back office, there are so many write-ups that can walk you through step by step of each of these performance pools and what they mean, but it does it for the entire plan. Like this is specifically just talking about unilevel and rank bonuses, but they have it for each piece so that if you guys want to go and kind of dive into this a little bit more, you can see that. Okay, so let me just finish, go back. Let me just finish these other pools. So as I was speaking of before, I knew that this is how I could grow my income the most. And this is why I had a goal of reaching diamond, because you can see that there's different pool payouts for diamonds, blue diamonds, and presidential diamonds. So of those percentages that we talked about, so you got 2% being paid out to silver, golds, and platinums with additional shares available. You've got the empowerment pool that's 1.25%. So right now we've been talking about 3% that's been distributed. Now there's another percentage that is distributed among all the diamonds in the company. So whether you're a diamond, a blue diamond, or a presidential diamond, they take 1% of that global commissions and they pay it out to diamonds, blue diamonds, and presidential diamonds. Now of that, right, diamonds get 1 share of this, blue diamonds get 2 shares of this bonus, and presidential diamonds get 3 shares of this bonus. And this bonus is typically around $1,100, okay? So that's what that average payout looks like for people that are taking place in this performance pool. Now, this is only one of the pools that diamond ranks get access to. There's an additional percentage of global commissions that is divided among only that particular diamond rank. So this 1% is shared among all of us. And then diamonds have their own percent that is divided just among diamonds. Blue diamonds have their own 1% that is divided just among blue diamonds. And presidential diamonds have their 1% that's divided just among presidential diamonds. And as you see here, each of us get 3 shares within our own pool. So this is where a little bit more of the money comes in, right? Typically, this is, $3,000 for diamonds, and blue diamonds, the typical total between this pool and this pool, diamonds usually end up with around $4,000 a month additional as they hit diamond. They're tapping in with all the pools they tap into. That's the average. For blue diamonds, it's anywhere between $10,000 and $12,000 that they get extra every month for hitting that rank. And for presidentials, it's anywhere between $25,000 and $35,000 that we tap into for hitting that rank. So you can see that as you're waiting for your unilevel to grow and you're working towards building out your team and finding business partners and staying in those core business activities, you are tapping into all of these ways you're paid. But this is how you can truly change your income every month: hitting rank and building your Power 3 bonus. But rank is always going to trump Power 3. So as you're looking at placing people, you want to think long term. You want to place them obviously where they're going to grow best and be best supported. But you also want to place them based on what their commitment level is in doTERRA. And that's why some of these conversations we have with people, we've got to ask a lot of questions, right? We've got to dive into figuring out what they want to do. We got to sit back and watch them. So when I enroll people, for the most part, I'm enrolling everyone as wholesale customers because I'm going to pay attention to what they're going to do. And then that will give me 90 days to evaluate them. And if they want to upgrade before then, that's okay. I've got to be okay with where I've placed them. But if they wait until after 90 days, then I can place them in a new position if I feel like a new position would be better suited for how they want to engage in the business. So what questions do we have? You can absolutely print these out, and I will put the link up if you guys want the link directly to this. But if you just go and Google it, or if you go into your doTERRA account and you search doTERRA compensation plan, and you go to like the blog post or the other, it will show you links where there have been write-ups that really explain this even more in depth. Well, I mean, this is pretty in depth, but sometimes it helps to read it and look at the charts. So any other questions? I know this is a longer call today, but this stuff takes a little bit to explain. And so hopefully that makes sense. Anything else before we end? Any thoughts? Does this make you excited? Like, this is a lot to be, like, you think about the opportunities that we have to grow a business here and to help people grow a business. This is a phenomenal compensation plan.
So can I ask a question?
Sure.
Did I understand you correctly that we should enroll all of our new enrollees as wholesale customers instead of wellness advocates?
Well, that depends on where you are in your business. For me, it makes sense because I have a lot of my structure already in place. But if you don't have any builders, then your first priority is to try to find some people who want to become wellness advocates. Because without some structure in your team, it's going to be hard for you to place people anywhere else than on your front line, right? And because we have such amazing products, you're always going to be able to find customers because our products are incredible. And so try to make sure you're having business conversations with people to invite them into even just getting their products paid for. If other things feel like too much, that's a good way, even for your existing customers, to engage in the business, is by doing that. And it's hard to make a blanket statement that everyone should enroll people a certain way. I just feel like your first priority should be, learning how to build the business, teaching classes, getting enough people in your flow of contacts where you can talk about the business with enough people that a few people are going to say yes, But a lot of times what I'm seeing with people is they're not having those business conversations with everyone, And so really they end up with these teams where they have, 30 plus people on their front line because they haven't had those conversations about who wants to build the business. And that's a disservice to you. If you have that many people on your front line, you want to be able to structure your team in a more efficient way than that. And so we have to learn how to have these conversations and invite people to partner with us in the business. And when we feel like we're lacking the skill to do that, we need to reach out to the people that enrolled us that are building and ask for help, right? And walking through the people on our list, okay, how am I going to talk to this person about the business? What would be the best thing to say with this person? And you can role play back and forth, and then you can approach people, right? And then even pull them in as a third person to talk about things that maybe you don't know how to fully explain yet, or where it just gives them another viewpoint, because sometimes people that are our friends and stuff, they love us, but they need a third party to kind of validate what we're doing as a business. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. All right, you guys, any other questions?
I just want to clarify that basically after the rank of gold, you don't have to have that one enrollment to get the leadership. It's just the empowerment. Pools.
Yeah, and you don't have to have enrollments at all for any of the leadership pools, only the empowerment pool. And that empowerment pool only applies to premiers, silvers, and golds. So yes, yeah, after that, you don't need to worry about that because that pool isn't even available to you. Good question. Okay, y'all, hopefully that helped. I know we have a lot of people like, I don't understand these bonus pools. And I didn't go into like the extra earnings for when you have the people in your team rank advance, when you're a diamond and a blue diamond and a presidential diamond. But just like you get extra shares for new elites and these other ranks, you get extra shares for new premiers and new silvers in some of those. And so again, the company has set this up so intelligently that they're incentivizing people to continue developing leaders. Bringing on new leaders and developing those people. And that's how you're able to tap into more income every month, which is the core of our business, is how our business grows. And so it's really helping to pay you. It's incentivizing all the right activities in your business. And so hopefully like that helps, because money is a motivator for a lot of people. And so, it's nice to know that there's extra payouts for the extra work that you're doing that maybe you wouldn't have done otherwise if there wasn't a financial reward. So anyway, hope that helps. All right, you guys, have a great day. Sorry we went over today, but hopefully you learned a lot. And I did record the second portion, so that's good. Use those Serenity soft gels and tap into every part of the comp plan. Thanks so much for being on today. And again, thank you for those who shared your testimonies. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Jess.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.